Gilmore Girls and the Emmys. Did you watch? What did you think? Lauren and Alexis on stage together for the very first time since the premiere of A Year in the Life. What a perfect category. Outstanding writing in a comedy series. Such a nod to the awards that we should have won on Gilmore Girls. Let's talk about that set, their speech, and all the little Easter eggs that you may or may not have caught. Hi, I'm Valerie. I was the key set costumer on Gilmore Girls, and I share a lot of fun facts from behind the scenes, so please make sure to engage. Check out that set. So cool. Did you see the yellow daisies? They're right behind Lauren. So many of the details close. I mean, not exact. Some things absolutely very, very close. I don't know if they used the original doors. It feels like they may have borrowed the doors from Warner Brothers, which absolutely makes sense because we had two sets. We had a set that would be used on the back lot and we had the set that would be used on stage. The front of the set, it's not exact to A Year in the Life. It might be exact to how it was filmed in earlier seasons. You know, the spindles on the front porch, it changes throughout the seasons. It's another thing you should be looking out for when you watch it.
25 years ago, a show called Gilmore Girls premiered and apparently took...
They are so nervous, but that is normal. Lauren gets incredibly nervous whenever she does anything like this. It's kind of crazy because she is so professional on stage. She just does her job. But whenever she's in an interview or some kind of live presentation, she just Lexis, oh, she looks so, both of them look so just so terribly nervous, but they're getting through it.
Apparently took the season of fall hostage.
In spite of our autumnal dominance, Gilmore was actually a very small show.
Meaning we had no money.
We absolutely did not have money. When I say that Gilmore Girls was a low-budget show and you guys don't believe me and you're like, oh, but the Birkin bag. No, we didn't. They would steal from one thing to another to make ends meet, and usually it was from craft service, which is why...
Nothing. If there was a birthday at the Drew Carey show next door, they would send us their leftover sheet cake.
They absolutely would send us whatever food they had left over. I remember whenever they were filming, so they would film one day a week, they'd have their shoot day. And on their shoot days, they would have a full-on spread. And if you were nice to the craft service lady, she'd be like, yeah, go in, take whatever you want. I know you guys don't have any food over there.
Hungry.
We walked in circles in Burbank saying, hey, look how Connecticut it is here today.
Whenever we would shoot scenes late at night on the back lot, and we'd get a little bit chilly. It would actually be really, really cold considering we were shooting in Burbank. But we would be like, oh my God, it's so cold. And Lance, our sound guy, would go, brr, Connecticut.
We saved up all year long to have one snow episode.
And then ER would wet down their street and wash it all away.
You have got to let that go.
Now, I was not there the very first time they did snow, which was season 1, episode 8. I didn't start until episode 11. So this must have happened then, because I don't remember that, and I would have remembered that if that had happened when I was working on the show. What I do remember was the Bracebridge dinner. We were supposed to shoot a carriage ride in Stars Hollow. We did shoot it, but we didn't shoot it on the day we were supposed to shoot. In fact, there was a very large rainstorm that happened on the back lot that washed all the snow away. The entire cast was there because we were supposed to shoot the scene, and everyone was supposed to be in carriages, not just the people you saw on the carriage rides. So they had to rewrite the scene. We waited for an hour, 2 hours in our trailer waiting for the rain to stop, and then they had to come back to be able to put the snow in this one area. They ended up redressing the potting shed as a carriage house and set up all the carriages in front of there, and then they just snowed that one small area up. They weren't supposed to shoot that there that night. They completely changed the way the scene was going to be, and then a week later they came back and shot with the real carriages in Stars Hollow.
Ed Clooney, they could have let us have the damn snow.
Basically, we were bullied and starving.
But the one thing we did have, we had scripts.
Great scripts.
Big scripts.
Terrifyingly lengthy scripts.
Now, the length of a Gilmore Girls script was about twice as long as a normal script. A typical script in Hollywood for an hour long would be anywhere between 45 to 50 pages. And a typical Gilmore episode would be 75 to 80 page scripts. That's a lot. And most of it was dialogue that was so fast.
Without scripts, we would not have wonderful words to say.
We wouldn't know if it's day or night.
Whether we're inside or outside.
So, in the spirit of having information and jokes,
here are the nominees for Outstanding Writing for a Comedy Series.
You know what? It still pisses me off that Amy did not get to get nominated for Gilmore Girls for that category, because if we had had the money to be able to submit and Warner Brothers had backed us, they could have easily won that category. What do you think?